Hi, and welcome to the winter edition of BUS441 Business Strategy. For this edition, we have a condensed course that's going to take place over 3 weeks. This video is to help get you up to speed with what's required to complete this course. The first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is announcements. Start each class by looking at the announcement area to see if any new announcements are posted. To begin with, I've posted a Getting Started announcements, which includes this video and the instructions to explore Blackboard and get all the information you need to complete this course. The next announcement is an assignment due dates. I've taken all the assignments for this course and posted them in this template so you can get a chronological order of what's due and when. Now, all of the homework exercises and discussion boards I've set to be due at the end of the week. With the tests, each week we also have a test to be due the following day after the homework. So our class is broken up into basically 3 weeks. So we have the first section of homework due in week 1, the second section of homework due in week 2, and the third section of homework due in week 3. Now, the due dates listed you see in this video here may change based on what version or section of the class you're in. So don't go by, always go to Blackboard directly for any due dates. Don't refer to this video for due dates. So I've tried to, in this announcement, I've placed all of your assignments and the dates they're due so there's no confusion. Each week I will also post a welcoming email which will be also posted in their announcements to give you an overview of what you should be working on this week. For example, week 1, you should be reading chapters 1, 2, and 3. You should be watching the video lectures for those chapters. You should be participating in the discussion board and completing the homeworks at My Pearson Lab and Mastering. Test 1 will be on will open up at 1 a.m. on January 6th and close on January 7th at 11:30 p.m. and you have 150 minutes to complete the exam. I also listed test 2 will be on January 13th and will start on January 13th and on the 14th. Test 3 will start on January 20th and on the 21st. And all 3 tests you'll have 150 minutes to complete the exams. So this is just an overview of week 1. Now the class schedule I've posted under announcements. This goes over for the 3 weeks of this winter class. It'll go over the chapters we're covering, the discussion boards, and the homework you need to complete. So this is just a quick little reference guide of the different chapters. We'll be doing 3 chapters each week, and we'll be covering, and each week we will have a set of discussion board questions, and we'll have a set of homework and quizzes. Okay. Next up is how to buy the textbook. The textbook can be purchased through the Amazon bookstore. You can also purchase the textbook online with the Homework Manager, and I posted a link to where you can purchase this under the textbook. Now, the Homework Manager is a separate software that I have instructions for on how to purchase. So to register for the Homework Manager, you need to follow these instructions. And each class, depending on which section you're in, has a different course ID number. This course ID number may not be for your section, so please refer to Blackboard announcements to know what your section number is. So once you complete the registration of My Finance Lab, I'm going to go over there now. I'm sorry. Pearson, it's My Management Lab. It's all the same website. They just have different names of it. So My Management Lab, you go in. Our course is BUS441 Winter, Nugent. And you automatically, once you put in the course ID, you automatically connected to my class. So when you go to the opening screen, it'll ask you to register as a student. And then once you register as a student and you put in the what they call the course ID number, it'll link you to my class. Now in my class, they do have this option for a Pearson eText, which when you sign up for the Homework Manager, you have an option to use an eText, or you can buy a physical hard copy of the book. It's up to you how you want to do it. So you go to assignments, and when you look at assignments, so in here we'll display all the homework assignments that are due. Once the test date, remember on the exam, so for test 1, this will only appear in the Homework Manager after January 6th at 11 a.m. So then you'll see after that date and time, you'll see on this list, when you go, especially if you click on take test or quiz, the test will be listed only during that open period. They're not always listed like the homework. So so when you go to the assignments, you have the due date here, and you notice that I'm not putting the due dates on. I'm trying to keep all the due dates sort of geared to the end of the week. So we have week 1, all of the due dates are grouped together, week 2, and then week 3. Now, to do an assignment, we click on the link here for the assignment, and then they'll have a series of questions. So we can click on question 1. And then they'll have a question, but they'll have a video here to watch. So we click on the video first, and it's about Rudy's Bakery. So we're going to have to watch this video first before we can complete the assignment. So here it's a little video case, and so that's enough of that. So you watch the video and then you answer the questions. And what's nice is that I let you check your answer. And you got that incorrect. Check it again, and I got it incorrect. Okay, so you get a couple tries on that. If I do, try again, then it will give me a different question. So you get a little leeway if you get something wrong. And once you complete the questions on this video, then you want to save and submit. So pretty simple type of assignment. And that's how most of the homeworks go. So we have one type, which is the video. We can have a second type, which is a simulation, which is a small simulation that you run. Because these are interactive, experiential type of assignments, meant to be a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting. And this would be a simulation where you kind of read through the facts and you go to the next stage, and then you have to select an option. And based on your option, new things will sort of happen, and then you try to figure out what's the best next option to do, and move to the next level. And it's a fun, interactive type of simulation, simulating a strategic management scenario. So those are two different types of homeworks. Let's see. And we have it all the way through chapter 9. So each chapter generally has 1 to 2 different homeworks associated with it. Some chapters have 2, some chapters have 1. So that's the one area where each week you're going to go in and complete these homeworks that are related to what you've worked on in the chapters. When the tests become available, and I'm going to go to my side so I can show you one of the exams. So on my side, I can see the tests early because I set them up. But when you actually go into the test, what you're going to see is a situation where you have test 1 covers chapters 1, 2, and 3. There are 50 questions, and you have 2 hours and a half to complete. And the test is 50 points. The first question is 1 point. So I click on the first answer. I move to the next question. And then when I'm done, I click submit the test. And be prepared to complete the test in one sitting completely. Okay. So let me close that out. All right, so the homework manager is pretty simple and straightforward. It's just a great way to get involved with the course, the more interactive level of simulations and video exercises. I think you'll find the exercises very fun. So let's go back to Blackboard. Okay. Homework manager. Okay, so that's it for all the announcements on the Blackboard page here. Now, in course documents, here is where you'll find the syllabus for the course. And the course syllabus goes over our objectives, our course description, the framework of the class, things of that nature. So in the syllabus, and you must read this entire document. It explains how the class works. It's an asynchronous class, our class description, the learning goals for the course. It goes over the textbook for the course, where to purchase, the homework manager, how to sign up for the homework manager, the assignments. So in your assignments, we have the chapter homework, which is going to be 150 points. we have the tests, which are 150 points. We have 3 tests, 1 for each week. Each test is 50 points. And we have the class case discussions, which are 100 points. The total class is going to be 400 points. And this, if you take this 400 points, divide by 4, then you'll get your letter grade for the course. Now, participation is part of the discussion boards. So I expect that you're going to participate and be active in discussion boards, not only answering the questions, but also participating and responding to other students' questions as well. And again, the syllabus, I follow up with the schedule, which is also posted under announcements, and warnings about academic dishonesty. So pretty straightforward syllabus. You should read that over when you have time. Also, I have the PowerPoints. These are the PowerPoints related to all the lectures I'm giving for this course, and the video lectures. So the video lectures here, this is the video syllabus that you're currently watching, and here is a link to my YouTube channel with the playlist for the course. So you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel and go to this playlist, because all of the chapter lectures will be listed in that playlist. I will also email you the each week when I email you a review for what you need to do for the week. I'll include the links to the lectures there as well. Okay, so let's go to assignments. So in assignments, we have the discussion boards and the homework manager. The homework manager we already talked about. That was this site here where you work on homework that's been set up specifically and related to this course. In the discussion boards are 100 points. And I'm going to set up 6 discussion boards, 2 discussion boards per week. Each discussion board is worth between 10 to 33 points. So click on See the Discussion Board button. This is right here, Discussions, on the main menu. And I expect every student to post 1 original response to each question and at least 2 replies to other students. Not replies to your own post, but replies by reading other students and replying to their posts. Each post should be between 250 and 450 words. And you earn points for your participation and the quality of your participation, your answers and your replies. If you're putting 1-sentence answers or your replies aren't really informative or helpful, that's going to be all judged in your participation. So let's go over to the discussion boards and see how that works. Okay, so here's the discussion board. The first form I have set up is class questions. So in this discussion board, you can subscribe, so that way if anything's posted here, you'll get an announcement of it. And you can read what's already here. When can I start working on this class? And so I click on that, and I've already answered it anytime you like. So you can get started on this class anytime you like. You can start working before the due date. Now, okay, so let me go back to discussions. So when you're in any of the discussions, you can create a new thread if you have a new question. And you could say, you know, where are my grades? So you can post a question like that, where are my grades? And then I can, so then I would see that, and then I could just like you, I could click reply, and I'll say, see the homework manager grade book and Blackboard grade book. Okay, so the homework manager will have all the grades for all the homeworks, and the Blackboard gradebook will have the grades for the discussion board participation, which I will at the end of the class move to the homework manager so you get an idea of your total grade. Okay, so that's how that form works. Now for the case questions, we have, for the first week, we have restaurant chains case 1, and we have the Uber case. Then we're going to have online grocers and Dollar General the next week, and the final week we're going to have AT&T and Time Warner, as well as Netflix case. So 2 cases per week for each of the 3 weeks in the winter class, and this is how you complete the case. I will give you a PDF that you can click on. This PDF will open up some information I'm providing about the case and the questions, and I'll give you sort of an article that gives you some information about the case that will be useful in answering the questions. So we go back to the discussion board. I have the questions listed here, and I want you to answer the questions. Some of these questions may require information that you need to research outside of the article. So the article isn't guaranteed to include 100% of the answers to answer these questions. You may have to do a little additional research to kind of get that together. And then when you're ready to post your responses, you click on restaurant chains. And I actually wrote a click here, so you know you click here. You'll see this is empty now. Actually, there's one forum here. So this is sort of the structure of how you would do the case. You would click on create thread, and the subject would be use your first name, first and last name, and then the case name as the format to setting this up, and then your answers. When you put your answers in, try to put them in number format. So answer 1, 2. So this way I know exactly what question you're answering. 3, 4. So type out the 4 answers. And for each question, you want to answer it in its completeness. Some questions will be longer, some questions will be shorter. Okay. So we'll just put it like that. So you're going to give us, and some of these questions, all these questions are opinion based. So everybody's going to have a different answer. And you want to, I would say, for the, before you write your responses, just not to read the other students' responses yet, so they don't kind of contaminate what you want to say. Just read over the case, do some research, and then set up and post your response. And then when you've done posting your response, it's your responsibility during the week to go back and see if anybody left you a question. And sometimes I will go in and leave a question just to see if you're checking your link. And if I leave you a question and you don't respond to me, then I know you're not participating and points come off your grade. So to participate, you find another student's link and you click on there and you see there what they've written, and then you just click reply and you ask them a question. So maybe you have a question about, you may comment on how well they wrote their post, or a question about some of their answers, or further discussion, or a link you may want to give them to another article that discusses something. So you're just we're trying to facilitate like a class discussion here. And you can also rate everyone's message. And I would like you to, once you read a student, you should read all the students' responses in the course. And if you find one that's particularly great, rate it as 5 stars. If you find one that's really awful, rate it as 1 star. This gives the student feedback on how well their posts are, and also gives me an idea of how well received your posts are. So it's very important that you rate each other's posts as a form of instant feedback for each other. Okay, so that is the discussion board. And the discussion boards, how I organize them is at the bottom here. I'd like you to post your original responses on Monday and Tuesday to give everybody a chance to read them over, and then replies to other students to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And part of your responsibility is to check your link to make sure if anybody asks you a question or reply to you, that you're able to answer their questions or at least read over their responses. And you can also rate the quality of their responses. Now, you need to make 1 original post and at least 2 replies as a minimum to the discussion board. I encourage you to make more, and this way, if you make extra, if there's a problem with one of your other posts, I can look to say, okay, this post is I'm going to take off points for participation in this post because it's poorly done, but I see you did an extra 2 or 3 posts. Okay, well, that will more than make up for it, and it's a way of kind of making sure you get a full grade in this. And it's going to start the first week of class. These discussion boards will start, and like I said, you'll have 2 discussion boards each week. So the first week it's restaurant chains and Uber, the second week groceries and Dollar General, and the third week AT&T and Netflix. And each of these come with a case file. There's one case, which is the Dollar General case, which also has some information in the case 24 in your textbook. Will have some information about Dollar General as well as the PDF I'm posting. Okay. So those are the discussions. So that's basically it. So let's really recap this class quickly. First thing you want to do is come in, read your assignments for the week, announcements for the week, see if I'm posting anything new. I might post information here. I usually always try to email the post as well as announce it. Documents, if you want to take out this week's PowerPoint and look that over, and then you want to go into the homework manager each week and complete your to-do list of weekly homeworks related to each chapter, as well as the tests at the end of the week. And you want to make sure you participate in your discussion boards on a weekly basis, on a daily basis within the week, to make sure you get full discussion points on that. Okay, so as you can see, I went to great lengths to make this class very organized and to help you succeed, and to try to make the assignments and the organization of the class as straightforward as possible to avoid confusion. And I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. And good luck on this winter course, and I will talk to you soon.